Okay, so ProL Vanguard, he helped do some early ProL collective stuff, right? He did some early blog posts which were high quality and good, and he's done some good videos in the past. Okay, and he came back recently under a different banner, International Baxist Revolutionary, and he had one really good video, right? Anyway, let's read his comment. As someone who's a failed MRA and someone who has a failed channel, yeah, it's failed because you made it failed, and I'll explain why. I think I've reached a point where I can say enough is enough. I might schedule some shorts, maybe do 2 non-failed attempts at cyberpunk videos, and who knows if and when I'll ever post or upload. So you're just giving up, like you did last time, right? For those still on board, feel free to stay. For those thinking of skipping the ship, now's the time, no hard feelings. So I'll leave a comment trying to invite him in. Get in our Discord. The PMC is stronger than ever. So let's go through his post history. Okay. Posting in a foreign language. Right. Oh, that's about the Moroni conscription in Croatia. Okay. I think he's done a new video. Yeah. That one wasn't too bad. The only thing I would have done is outline the text, to be honest. Right. He's done a post here. Right. Yeah. And video removed. So AI. Right. Not. There you go. It's not bad. This is not bad. So AI here. Right. AI. It's posting AI. Right. AI. Probably AI. Like people are not going to stand. So it's just like poetry with AI images. There you go. He's trying to create his own like fictional universe. Like, what is this? It's like stream of consciousness, AI probably, right? Probably AI. That's definitely AI. AI probably, or it looks, maybe it's not, but that looks like AI to me. There you go. He's done his cyberpunk project. Okay. Okay, so he's spammed AI crap, right? So look at his videos. Okay, horrible. That's a disgusting thumbnail. Like typical brain rot AI. Like the thing is, normally I'll just go to, I'll cleanse that off the timeline. There's an option to cleanse these sort of videos off your timeline. So if anything's AI, if I didn't know this channel and I saw this thumbnail, I'll just go to the buttons. It's not on the video channel page, but you can find it if it's on the feed, and I'll just go hide channel forever, and I'll never look at it again. That looks like AI. Don't know if that's AI or not. Right, I haven't watched that yet. It's only got 11 views. I didn't know that video was out. Right. Okay. AI thumbnail. I'm just an AI thumbnail does enough to put people off. Look, 24 views. Now this is a very good video. This is a very good video that he did. This is like his potential that he can reach, right? Okay. And due to a lack of focus, I want to do a cinematic universe, AI slop, thumbnails. He killed his channel and then he wants to give up. Okay. Fuck it. I'm gonna watch the video. I'm gonna watch this video.
So recently, a YouTuber named A Shield for Men announced he is going to take a break from men's rights. He said he's tired of the lack of male solidarity or solidarity among men. Honestly, I feel for the guy and I wish him well. He is the part of the current pro-male collective and in my humble opinion the best active content creator in that lineup. I believe it is important to recognize the good work of individuals, regardless of whether they are the part of ProL Collective, ProL International, Baxist Revolutionaries, NCFM, AVFM, or any other group.
Okay.
Shield said
It's okay to recognise good work, right? But places like a Voice for Men are ideological enemies because they're trad cons, and they're gatekeeping us out of the Reddit, right, and banning us at random. They've got a grudge against us, and they're hostile against us. And people like Money Badger Radio are just hustlers, stealing money, doing fundraisers, like grifting off vulnerable, desperate men. Yeah, they're shameless. So yeah, we do have enemies within the men's rights movement.
that's the benchmark of what men's rights content should look like. Subscribe to him and support him if you haven't done so already. I've noticed that in many right-wing spaces, even those where self-proclaimed MRAs hang out, people tend to parrot feminist propaganda,
Yeah,
especially
yeah, like they believe in misogyny, right? Women being oppressed in the third world, and they believe in masculinity as well, which is actually a feminist concept.
when it targets non-white men. For example, the narrative that Indian men are raping women en masse. Look, I get it. Many men have internalized political propaganda from both the left and the right, as well as from mainstream media. But do not call yourself a male advocate if you aren't willing to question that propaganda.
Yeah, that's a very good point, right? I like, for example, I've actually been banned from the men's rights Reddit. I've been banned from Everyday Misandry for denying that misogyny exists, right? Which is a feminist concept. Yeah, and then they accuse me of just being like the feminists when they ban me for being a misogynist. It's like the fucking hell, the irony there. But yeah,
Men's rights must stand for the rights of all men and boys, regardless of color, creed, nationality, sexual orientation, or anything else. With labels like MRA or pro-male comes responsibility. You are claiming to be a spokesperson for all these men and boys, for the downtrodden, the marginalized, and the oppressed. You have a duty to act in their interest, even if they themselves don't yet see what that interest is. Labeling yourself as an MRA or pro-male while throwing other men under the bus is a disservice to the cause you claim to represent. Your job is to question the everyday bullshit. Now, I also want to talk about cog blocking, both in male spaces and on YouTube. Years ago, an earlier version of the ProL Collective started a petition and campaign targeting Amazon for selling t-shirts with the slogan, "Boys are stupid, throw rocks at them." Sadly, that campaign failed due to constant cog blocking from within male spaces.
so the men's rights Reddit is probably at fault here, right? They would block the petition. They even had a rule stopping small subs promoting themselves because the trade cons at the men's rights subreddit was status hoarding. They're following the status hoarding instinct, even though there's no logical reason to do so. It's male hostility at play, right?
Too many men showed a staggering lack of support for boys, prioritizing free speech values over standing up to the big capital. The worst offense.
And these guys, these free speech people, are not really free speech. They'll ban you. They'll ban pro-male radicals. I was banned from the Men Are Human Discord, right? They actually let a pro-rape, and I mean this literally because you know that people lie about rape or being or lying about something pro-rape. These people let a pro-rape tradcon post, right? Who heavily implied that rape was a good thing and it was natural. It was good for warriors of the past to let off steam, right? Okay, and he wasn't banned, right? But I was banned by Blue Orange for pointing out the problems with his Discord server. And City Crusher did a video about this, covering this, right? So I'm just repeating what he's covered. But yeah, these free speech concern trolls are not actually for free speech.
Offenders were from the subreddit r/men's rights. Reddit has banned many male spaces, including r/MGTOW, r/incels, and r/pro-male collective. but r slash men's rights, the biggest men's rights subreddit, is still around. Why?
Controlled opposition. It's a funnel. So right. So if Reddit bans all the male spaces completely, there's a risk that many MRAs will move to another platform and gather there and gain momentum, right? So what it's better to do, instead of banning every single one, you keep one around as a signpost to attract everyone, right? And you have it as controlled opposition, and you have it, you moderate it to be ineffective as possible. Because some of the people from the Pro Collective have been banned for almost no reason, or no reason at all. So I think one of the two of the Reddit mods there are feminists. I do know they communicate with feminists and talk about what they can post in general, right? Okay, the MRAs, and they submit to it instead of sort of going, fuck you, ban us then, which you should actually do, okay, right? Okay. And I know Alison Tillman, if I remember correctly, she claims she's a mod there as well. Okay. And when I got banned unfairly, she refused to answer my questions about my unfair banning and just ignores me like I'm a piece of crap. Money from Money Badger Radio. Yeah. So they enable this. Okay. So, and I talked about counter gangs, right? Okay. So it's always good to like have controlled opposition if you're against a movement, right? Of clowns. You have clowns, losers, who dispirit people who are not radical, right? Or who are radical in the wrong way, right? Who just posture and say ridiculous, outrageous things or incite violence and then invite a state crackdown. It's like one of the two extremes gets tolerated. If you're actually effective, you're disciplined, you're ideological, you're consistent, right? And you're pro-male, you'll get banned, right?
Because it's fucking useless, that's why.
Yeah.
Reddit wants to appear like a free, unbiased platform, but in reality it only bans certain types of feminists, mostly those seen as quote-unquote radical or quote-unquote trans-exclusionary.
Yes, so incel tears and banned female hate subs are a stalking, a brigading and harassment hub, right? And banned female hate subs was already banned once, but it got reversed because of obviously they network with feminists within the sub in Reddit and get special favors, and they're not banned yet. Okay.
And male spaces deemed hateful. Mainstream.
Like the Promo Collective Reddit, unfortunately. So I just want to talk about how successful we was with that, and it's actually still a success. I know some people are saying their morale's damaged by it. Okay, and there's no excuse to have your morale damaged by it because it sounds like an excuse to do nothing, right? Okay, so I always knew it was always going to get banned. That was part of the equation, right? So we so I've always known about engagement farming on Reddit, but people just didn't follow it, right? And we slowly grew the ProL Collective again after the split, right? And ProL Vanguard was on the other side of the split. So he was actually one of the better people who we split from. He was actually a loss in my opinion, unlike some of the others. Okay, and many of the people split. The thing is, I pushed too hard. I ranted too much. I was too angry. Okay, and I drove people away. But the people who split, they postured about being, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do it right, and they just disappeared. Okay, like Uprising a Man and Sheer, right? They just like postured about being revolutionaries and everything like that. Then they just disappeared. Yeah. And I sort of disappeared. Right. I got dispirited, but I came back. Right. And City Crusher carried on. Right. And he inspired me to carry on. He was still doing it. And I came to a point that says, no matter what happens, I'm not quitting. Period. I'm just going to keep plugging at it, even if it's a failure, because it's the right thing to do. Right? Okay? I'd rather struggle a righteous cause and win, but if I'm going to struggle a righteous cause and lose, so be it. This is what I'm committed to until I'm dead. Right? They're going to have to kill me to stop me doing this. Yeah? Or lock me in the cell for the rest of my life. Because this is what I'm committed to. Right? Yeah? So, yeah. I was talking about the split, but anyway, carry on.
Feminist content stays untouched. That's what I saw during my time there.
Oh yeah, this is spiriting of the Promo Collective. So we always plan to get. I want to finish this. So, the Promo Collective Reddit it had the same problem as the old one, right? Inactivity, pacifism, right? Like the old one had like over 6K subscribers and no one ever posts. And I was hassling people to fucking post. Like, you're guilty of this, ProL Vanguard, right? To be quite frank. And it used to annoy me because you are actually very talented. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass here. You've done some very good work in the past, but you lack focus. It's very, very bad, the way you lack focus. So people just write up novels and rant and rave, and Razor Gay Candy was guilty of this as well, right? And I'd push them to make videos, and they'll sort of make videos and then they'll stop, and your channel dropped off, yeah? So anyway, we'll look at that later. So anyway, even the new ProL Collective Reddit was like dead. I'd post every now and again to put my ideas down and try and get it going again, but it's very psychologically hard to post where you're not getting any reaction. I can't prove this now because it's deleted, right? But it was like very bad engagement. I posted every now and again, sometimes not for weeks, yeah. The ProL memes is sort of going a little bit, but it didn't get much traction, okay. So we got a new wave of people from our videos, some City Crushers videos. We got some very good new recruits. One of our hangers-on, I'm going to be frank, who I thought was hopeless. It was always going to be hopeless, and a complainer and a whiner, right? They're probably going to figure out who it is, but I'm just saying the truth, but I don't want to name drop them, right? I thought they were dead weight. Their mental health improved, and they started becoming proactive, and they started becoming very, very, very good. Right? Instead of complaining about misandry endlessly and wanting to rage out all the time, they started doing proactive things. I'm older. I've been through the rage out phase, right? Okay? I've done it. I've done it worse than any other people, actually. And it's a fucking dead end to worse mental health. I know this. And when you stop doing it, your mental health becomes better. But raging out actually doesn't help you. They want us to rage out. They want us to be angry, hurt. They want us to have learnt helplessness, right? Anyway, this person, once they stopped being defeatist and complaining and whining, right, okay, their mental health got better and they became one of the most valuable ProL Collective members, right, okay. It benefited the ProL cause and it benefited them. And there was Alex Cat, who is very passive and inert. And that's still part of his character. This is not a personal attack, I'm just being descriptive. But he's very, very talented. He's very, very intelligent. So I pushed him. And he started making videos. And the problem was, if I didn't push him, he wouldn't make it anything. He wouldn't do anything. So I had to keep on pushing him. And I still push him. And I don't like doing it. I feel like I'm being pushy. But I'm going to make myself do it because it's for a bigger cause. So I push him. City Crusher doesn't need pushing. A Shield for Men doesn't need pushing. Right? We want new video makers. Video making is still important. Most of our best recruits come from the videos, because if you just bring people into spaces right away, they've got an incompatible worldview and ideology and they're confused by us and they'll just leave or they'll get banned, right? Their egos will get hurt a lot of the time and they'll just get banned, and sometimes we make enemies out of them because of wounded egos. They bring bad ideas, male hostility. They can't let go of the fact that masculinity doesn't exist and it's a slave concept, right? Okay, they use terms like cuck and soy boy and we have to ban them because they refuse to stop doing it. Male hostile behaviour, right? But the best people, they've watched City Crusher videos for months and for months and for months. Then they finally contact us and join us on the Discord and they speak with us, yeah? And they're ready for all our ideas and they're compatible and they work with us and they help us, right? Video making is very important. The Reddit was very important as well before it got banned. And it got banned and it was at 7k views a month, and through engagement farming we got it to 200k views a month, right? It had 500,000 views a year and it was on point to get 1 million by the end of the year if the growth carried on before they banned it. Yeah, and we've got lots of new people who are now aware of the ProL Collective because of it, even though it got banned. Yeah, and we're not going to leave Reddit anytime soon. And we've got our own forum, which is a big success. There's lots of high quality posts there. That's a safe space where we can grow ideas and debate. Okay? Okay? So this is all due to engagement farming. And men fall back into the same passive habits and they need a kick up the arse, right? And sometimes I might be doing it too hard, being too pushy, but the new Reddits we got were they were sort of like being lukewarm. There was not enough posts being made. Yeah? Okay? Right. So, male passivism is an instinct we've got to fight, and a lack of focus is an instinct we've got to fight. We've got to have an ideology, we've got to agree upon the ideology, we've got to plug in all the holes so there's no disagreements, right? And they've got to focus on propagating our ideology, propagating, and then instead of posturing about doing stuff in the real world, which would be completely fucking pointless, one or two individuals doing stuff is not going to work when it can't even do it online. But if we grow online, we propagate ideas, we spread our ideas, we get new recruits, we educate them, and they propagate, right? We can then get enough numbers to start meeting in the real world. We get like 20 people or pro-male in the same country, we can meet in the real world. And then we can carry on growing, and we can carry on growing. This is the long-term plan. Yeah, but it requires patience, it requires focus, it requires growing, it requires working on ideology, which we're still doing, evolving our ideas, plugging the gaps, yeah, learning doctrines and practices that work, discarding the ones that don't, evolving. Okay? So, let's carry on watching.
r/men's rights has a huge follower count, but it's like having a big, let's just say two,
Yeah.
that doesn't do anything. The subreddit is disorganized, and the moderators actively censor MRAs who are vocal critics of feminism, or who make generalizations about women that they do not like.
Yes. And they can make generalizations about men, they don't care.
The sad truth is, men don't get real support from women in this fight. If they did, there wouldn't be forced chopping of infant genitals or male-only conscription. Many women treat men like their shoes, wear them when they're good, then toss them aside once the heels break and they're no longer useful. Understanding this harsh reality is crucial for organizing effective men's rights activism.
Men's relationships with women have to be completely compartmentalized, completely. So we have to be agnostics on relationships as ProL Collective. We'll tell the truth about them, but the male desire for relationships is never going away. And telling men to avoid women is going to look like posturing, and we're going to look like liars doing it. So we've got to be agnostic on it, yeah. But we've got to be descriptive. We've got, like, for example, certain people who want to deny hypergamy for some reason, which is fucking weird. We don't deny hypergamy because it obviously exists and it has horrible knock-on effects on society outside of dating. So it's not just a dating issue, but that's for another video.
Unfortunately, that subreddit is run by traditional conservatives, marriage reformists specifically.
And one of my accounts got banned. Yeah, I've got multi-accounts. If I'm going to be banned unfairly, fuck you, Reddit. I'm going to just keep carrying on making accounts, right? But I got banned by one time because I asked if Jack Donovan was a Nazi, and I got insta banned, right? Okay, so that shows you where their priorities lie. And these people are praising Jack Donovan for being like pro masculinity, which is anti-male, right? There's feminists, there's male feminists, and feminists who talk about good masculinity, good useful masculinity. When the enemy uses a concept, right, it talks about positively and negatively, and use it as a whipping tool, I think you have to ponder whether the term is any good or not. And we've just, in ProL Collective, decided to get rid of the term masculinity. It doesn't exist as far as we're concerned.
Who want to hijack men's rights and steer it towards fixing the institution of marriage instead of challenging it. Their obsession with so-called saving marriage takes precedence over fight for men. The moment real male advocacy threatens their hopes of being accepted by women or getting a wife, they pull the brakes and derail everything.
The problem is these tradcons, if they could get a wife, they probably wouldn't be in the men's rights movement anyway. The thing is, I just know from experience, right? the status is the most important thing for a man to have to get a relationship. I'm not even talking about my own personal experience, one to one with women. I'm talking about my life experience watching people for 43 years of my life. Yeah, because I'm old now. Okay, I mean, okay, men can hold whatever political views, but if he's high enough status, women will find him quote unquote attractive. They'll date him. They'll associate him. They'll select him. It's just as simple as that. These grad cons are banning people over concern that doesn't even fucking help them. Like, women don't really care about a men's rights mod one way or the other, right?
This is why men's rights advocates like Blue Orange end up tone policing hardcore MRAs,
Yeah, and Blue Orange allows pro-rape advocates and pro-cutters to post in his Discord.
telling them to be polite to feminists, to avoid rocking the boat, despite the fact that the hardcore base is the engine of any movement that actually gets shit done. This is why Paul Elam, who called himself an atheist for years, suddenly started pandering to Christian conservatives. Being in a long-term relationship with a Christian woman made it hard for him to separate men's rights from religious politics. So hard, even late-stage boomerism couldn't fix it. The point is, MRAs are still men.
This is a very good video, in my opinion. There's passion, there's fire in what you're doing, right? This is very, very good. I'm going to reply to all of this.
And a lot of them just can't get their mojo together enough to separate their personal relationships with women from male-centered activism. The need to be loved or approved by women keeps short-circuiting their ability to stand firm for other men.
So it's got to be compartmentalised. I like being loved by women, right? I need female validation, or I crave it. I'm not sure if I need it, but I crave it. Like a woman, I wasn't in a relationship with her, but for the first time in my life, a woman told me that she loved me in person. I've had a few women online tell me they love me, that I've known online, but this is like a first in real life woman who told me she loved me. And I was really, really happy, right? Really, really happy. And I'm not talking to her right now. I might never ever talk to her again because we fell out, right? But it's compartmentalised. I'm not really upset about it, right? But it's compartmentalised. I know that desire exists, and denying it will lead to insanity. It has to be compartmentalised, okay? So if your activism is based on whether you reject women or not, it's not real activism. It's got to be based on the interests and the plight of men, okay?
Getting back to the men's rights subreddit, everything I just outlined, from the lack of networking to hijacking and chasing away serious MRAs, is only part of the problem. The other part is that they actively refused to support smaller male advocacy spaces. They didn't allow cross posts, didn't promote campaigns, and made sure any right.
That's probably a rule. Thinking about it right now, just something's occurred to me. That's probably a rule by the feminists for a condition for the platform to exist, because it makes it far less effective, right? As a space, right? You can't galvanise men and do petitions and campaigns. So this is very clever of the feminists on Reddit. Like, we've got to stop underestimating feminists and calling them stupid. Feminists are fucking smart. They know politics better than men do. That's why they're the most successful hate movement to ever exist. They put all other hate movements in the shade.
Group stayed small and isolated. The MRM, men's rights movement, isn't just one group. It's an umbrella term for a wide range of organizations and solo MRAs spread across the world, or across the disk if you ask flat earthers. Different countries, beliefs, attitudes, and backgrounds, different levels of affiliation too. That diversity makes cooperation even more important. Unlike the large, well-funded feminist movements like the National Organization for Women, the MRM is small and scattered. That makes cooperation and parallel organizing essential if we want to make any real progress. If there's any.
So if you want to cooperate, You've been invited into the ProL collective. Okay. If you don't want to leave, you don't want to throw in a towel. You've been invited. Now there's certain other members who are never going to get in, right? Okay, they're just never going to get in. I don't want them, and even if I wanted them, right, other members of the ProL collective don't want them. Senior members, so it would cause disruptions getting them in, but I don't want them anyway, right? Okay, but we've had falling outs before. It never. But I've got nothing against you. I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. Right? I've got no beef with you. I don't feel any negative feelings towards you whatsoever. Even though you split away, right, from us. Okay? So you're always welcome back. You're always welcome back. Yeah? There's certain lines. If people do not cross it, like Razor Blade Candy came back, right, after we fell out, he's back with us. And we've probably fallen out again over the Ukraine war because he's got a completely different opinion and completely incorrect opinion on the Ukraine war, right? And I was probably a bit of an arsehole about it to him, right? And he's not speaking to me right now, but whatever, right? But he's welcome. He's still welcome in the ProL collective. So you're welcome back, okay? To be okay.
Competition between MRM factions, it should be friendly. After all, sincere activists share the same goal.
Yes, but the thing is, there's being effective, not being effective, and being counterproductive. Most MRA groups are ineffective or counterproductive, and we've got to be especially aggressive to the counterproductive people and really call them out because they're real hindrance. Okay, don't class you as counterproductive. I class you as ineffective, but sometimes effective with a lot of great potential. And you're not reaching that potential because of your mindset and because of your habits, which we're going to talk about when we look through your video history.
To make the world better for men and boys. Looking at it that way, r/men's rights obsession with flaunting its large but useless membership and blocking the growth of other male spaces to avoid competition shows a lack of understanding of mutual goals and friendly rivalry.
There's no friendly rivalry in politics, okay? Right? That's the sad truth, from what I can see. There's no friendly. There should be friend. If they're legitimate in their aims and weren't malicious, okay, there wouldn't be any rivalry at all. They'll just be go, yeah, we've just got a different set of tactics. But they believe in masculinity. They believe in misogyny. They believe in concern trolling. They believe in third world men are rapists. So they're basically feminists, right? They're crypto feminists. Okay, they're second wave and first wave feminists, basically, when you think about it. So yeah.
Spaces that refuse to cooperate, like how r/men's rights sabotage the Amazon campaign, and that don't promote others growing strong enough.
They've sabotaged other petitions and campaigns as well. Okay, it's a repeated habit. Again, I think they do have feminist mods in there. They're under feminist control. And the thing is, I think Reddit probably put some feminist mods in there, and even if they didn't, I could imagine like the Tricon mods there are so low IQ and stupid that they got feminist mods in positions of power by accident as well, right? They are that stupid.
To finish the fight aren't assets to men's rights.
Yeah.
Instead, they're perfect smoke screens on misandric platforms like Reddit. And Reddit isn't the only corporation making online male activism a headache. My recent return to YouTube made it crystal clear how unfriendly the platform has become, especially toward small creators. I'm not even surprised anymore that channels with 4,000 subscribers barely get 200 or 300 views, and it's no wonder creators like John the Other have stopped uploading altogether. Right now, I can't post functional links in the video descriptions and pin comments. I cannot post the functional links of my own YouTube videos in the comments, connect shorts to full videos, or even share non-YouTube links in my community posts. These are basic functions essential for channel growth, and yet they're completely locked out of...
You're locked up because you're an MRA, right? So I did this, uploaded this cat video, and I did a tasteless joke. I realised I did a tasteless joke with this cat video. It was like a beautiful black cat I saw on the street, and I just filmed it on my phone and talked with it and interacted with it. It was very cute, and it got 100 views in like 15 minutes, which is massive growth by my channel standards, right? I can't remember when I had a YouTube video get 100 views in 10 minutes, right? Okay, right? And I had to take it down though, sadly, right? But it shows you that AI run YouTube, it knows what it's censoring, right? We're deliberately being throttled for being anti-feminist. YouTube defends feminism. Google defends feminism. Google's a feminist corporation, right? It's not just because you're a small creator. Yeah, that's part of it, right? You're a small creator covering topics that YouTube doesn't like. And the most hard-nerved topic on YouTube is anti-feminism. You are engaging in the most hard-nerved of topics out there, right? My channel's hard-nerved. City Crush's channel's hard-nerved, right? We're all hard-nerved, yeah? But again, we've recruited some of the best proactive people into the ProL Collective from videos. They're still vital and important, okay?
For small creators like me. Meanwhile, YouTube keeps advertising all the ways to grow your channel like it's a joke. And just to be clear, this isn't even the full list of features I'm missing, just the most important ones. To unlock those features, YouTube gives me 3 options. Send a video of my clearly visible face for 6 seconds. Upload a photo of my ID or slowly build a channel history.
You got to dox yourself then, basically. So I had these restrictions for whatever fucking reason way back, and I was able to like build a channel history and get rid of them, right? Don't know how it works. And the thing is, I've got a strike on one of my channels, right? Mr. Pig and Yellow. And one of my channels are completely banned. My Only Dishonest Shields political channel just got completely taken off without any warning because it's anti-Zionist, right? I'm anti-Zionist. I'm proud anti-Zionist. I'm against genocide in Palestine, right? But anyway, my Mr. Pig and Yellow channel is now like restricted. Last time I looked, because of a unfair copyright strike I got, and I got this copyright strike, not copyright. I got a false report for hate speech, and there was no hate speech. I appealed it, and the AI brought back the appeal within 2 minutes and rejected the appeal. So I didn't even get to appeal it. It was just an AI bot that dismissed me. So yeah.
I went with the third option because the first 2 are straight up self-doxing,
Yeah.
handing over personal data just to access basic tools. Choosing the slower route likely means extended verification and closer monitoring of my activity, and who knows how deep that monitoring goes, especially with everything tied into Google. Bottom line, YouTube doesn't want small creators who speak freely. If you're not a grifter dancing under their corporate thumb, they'd rather see you gone. It's frustrating trying to do real activism online when men keep flocking to grifters like Andrew Tate, ignoring creators who actually care and dive deep into male issues.
Those men are status seekers. That's why they're going to Andrew Tate. They want status. They don't want rights.
Some accept donations, others refuse to monetize at all, but they're all in it for the cause, not to sell out. That's exact opposite of Tate, who just packages masculinity into something flashy and hollow.
Yeah, masculinity doesn't exist, right? You've got to bear that in mind. It's a core tenet of the ProL Collective now. You're not part of the ProL Collective, but I'm just saying it's a tenet for a very good reasons. Like I'm going to tell the final straw why we now completely reject masculinity, and it was a pattern of behaviour that I observed and others observed. It's not just me. So we had this piece of garbage who came into our Discord, and he was invalidating, and he was belittling, and he was rude, right? He mocks me. He mocks someone else. He mocked a Me Too victim, right, and basically implied that he deserved it, even though this guy was a Me Too victim himself. He was just a male hostile piece of shit. And therefore, we talked out to make a consensus about this guy, right? And we decided, yeah, we're just going to ban him. We're not going to warn him. We're going to talk to him about it. We're just going to get rid of him, right? He's just male hostile. The thing about this guy is he refused to let go of the concept of masculinity completely. And as City Crusher said in a video recently, right, men cling to the label masculinity not to get the girl, right, even though that's partly the reason. The main reason why men cling to the label masculinity is because they want to look down on other men who are not masculine, right? And that's why they can't let it go. It's based on male hostility. That's why we reject masculinity. And it's a vague, subjective concept that feminists cling on to. This has turned into an anti-masculinity video, but whatever.
YouTube channels aren't just content, they are communities. Each one brings together people with shared concerns, goals, and experiences. Channels like A Shield for Men and mine are about building something real, a space where men can connect, organize, and move with purpose. What we're up against isn't just internal blocking from within men's rights space. It's also platforms and corporations that barely tolerate our existence. The support they offer is flimsy at best and can disappear overnight. We in the men's rights community, though we belong to different independent movements, must act with a shared purpose.
Yeah, the thing is, your independent movement's dead. I'm not being arrogant when I say this. I'm just being descriptive. If you had an independent movement that was growing and thriving and big and even bigger than us, I'd be happy, right? If it was effective. Like, if there's a bigger movement out there that's more effective than we are, good, because that's what we want. This is not a competition, actually. But your movement is dead. It's dead. It's dead. Yeah? For various different reasons. That could cover an entire video why your movement's dead. Yeah? But it's got a bad ideological basis. Okay? But anyway, your movement is dead. You might as well come to our movement for now. Yeah? Okay? If anyone's sincere, you've got to come to the only good place in town. The only good pro-male rights movement out there, because I don't see anything else that's good. There's good individuals out there, but there's not a good movement out there. I don't see it. Maybe the National Coalition for Men, but even they've done some problematic stuff in the past, right?
Approaches may differ, but our future cannot depend on platforms we don't control. It's time to build something offline, something real. Foundation for our...
You're not going to build anything offline, if you can't build it online. If men are not psychologically motivated, if they don't have the energy to do it online, they're not going to do it offline. That's posturing. Yeah, it's just posturing. Like it's completely devoid of basic cause and effects and probabilities. Yeah. Okay. Like, what are you going to do? Turn up with a placard on your own protesting something? Like, no, that's useless. Yeah, Mel Sentiment Boy did that, and he made a fool of himself, quite frankly, turning up to like trans events to hijack with circumcision. He got bullied, and it was made to look meek and submissive. Yeah, and no one's impressed by that. Okay, so all right, okay, we might as well just go through your channel history. This is my recollections of what happened. Maybe it's wrong, but it's probably not. But whatever. This is what I remember. Very good video. When I first saw it, I thought, yeah, he's back, right? And then he just like started. Like, you should have taken the hint after this video that no one wanted to see this. This is not just nerfing, is it? Yes. Okay. So there we go. That took off. That took off. So you didn't really get any traction. You've been away from your channel for ages. Okay. So your video. The thing is, the reason why I was upset at you, right, and we argued a lot, is I had to push you to make videos sometimes. And there's long gaps between videos, right? Boom, 4.3k views. Boom, decent. Not too good, but decent by your current standards now, right? Decent, quite good. Okay, middling, but not too bad. Decent. Decent. Bit weak, but still over 400. Now, amazing. Okay, let's look at the dates of this. Okay. 2019, December the 12th. Okay. Yeah.
We are women and we are free. We're bringing an end to the patriarchy. We are women. You are free. We are...
Okay. Big gap. That's like 15-day gap. So you should have followed the success up with that with stuff right away. You should have pumped up more stuff. Boom. And then you did some more videos and then you just gave up. Basically. Okay, it's a lack of focus. You can't just blame the algorithm and the ecosystem. It's your own behaviour as well. It's your male passive behaviour. You've got male passive syndrome or whatever it is. I'm not passive. Right, I'm a proactive gobshite, and I've got energy, and I keep on going. Look, sometimes I take breaks, sometimes I get dispirited. I just don't tell people about it. I always come back. I always come back. I always come back. And I'm always going to come back. Right, I'll take breaks to preserve my mental health. Okay, but I always come back. So what you've done, you didn't capitalise on your channel. Right, for whatever reason, you gave up, you came back, you made one video that got some traction, right? Okay, which I think was very good. And the thing is, you hammered this stuff home, right? If you did more stuff like this, I would have promoted you heavily, right? I thought, yay, right? But you did this. Oh, this is not too bad, but then it got weird, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, there's a reason why people are not watching this stuff, right? No one's interested. So, all right, let's watch this.
Hi everyone, Sandman here.
Oh my god, Owen, oh my god, not this guy again. Shut up. How dare you hijack Vanguard's video? Only we can do that, because Vanguard told us men are simps who flock to media with 6-foot-tall female robots with tits.
Right.
By the way, where is Vanguard? Oh, Vanguard? He went to visit Thailand, hired a new replacement, a guy called Spruce. Let's hear what he has to say then.
DOA is a classic film noir.
So the problem with this, right off the bat, is it's AI, or it appears to be AI. So you've probably scripted this yourself, and you've used text-to-speech voices from AI, and you're using AI images. And there's lots of people who are anti-AI, right? The sort of brain rot people who love AI or just watch AI slop are not likely to be interested in men's rights. So because of this, you've damaged your own channel. Like, you should have nothing to do with AI content, really, if you're a men's rights activist. I don't like AI, I hate it, right? But my feelings aside, I think it generally damaged your channel. Okay? And so, because you've done this, right, and if you was in our Discord and speaking to us, we could have given you advice and helped you with your channel. Okay, but because of this, you became dispirited and you're talking about throwing in the towel, and you shouldn't throw in the towel. Don't throw in the towel. You don't need to throw in the towel. Like, if you care about men and their well-being, you don't have to throw in the towel. We can help you with your channel. Okay, and you can help us. Every video maker is important, right? So that's an invitation to you, and you've done very good blog posts as well, right? So that's an invitation for you to join. It's up to you. So maybe you want to disappear for a few years and come back later, and that's fine, right? Or you can stay with us now while we've got some momentum and help us grow. Yeah, check our look. See how many posts we've got. Yeah, load more. When we created this, I was worried that we wouldn't have many posts. We got loads of posts. Yeah? Okay. Top. Posts with lots of engagement. Yeah. The view count's low because we've only turned on the view count recently. It's only started collecting the view data recently. Right? So that's why there's only 3 views and 10 comments of 3 views, because it's been turned on lately, right? So ignore the view thing. But look. We've got active posts here. We've got an active community and it's growing, right? Okay, so holding out. The invitation has been held out to you. It's up to you whether you take it or not. You've again, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. You've got a lot of potential, and you have done good videos. If you didn't have the potential, I wouldn't be wasting my time doing this. So take that. It's just a silly compliment, and you have done good work in the past, and you can do good work, and you can do even better work. You have got a lot of potential. So I'm done for now.